Hello everybody, this is Simeonski again, and today I'm gonna show you how to use the roll chips in Rectuber. Let's go! Today I'm gonna explain to you how to use roll chips and what they do. So, basically roll chips are these things that are already in the game. You already have automatically everyone in-game and the eliminated chip that you will need for games, I think, but this is not how I want to use it now. What I want to do is let's spawn in a roll. How do we do this? We go in the search and search for roll chip, and here it is, the roll chip. So let's add a new roll. You just add this chip to the room, go to configure it, give it a name, for example, let's call this chip Super Power. Okay, you have the new chip, it's called Super Power, and it will go right into the editing mode. If you want to edit it later, you just select it and go to Edit Roll. So then a new window pops up and you can do some settings here. You can allow the person to move or to not move. You can allow them to switch teams, which would be only important for competitive games. You have hip equipment slots that you can enable, which can be helpful for some of the games. If this is enabled, you can put whatever you are carrying around, your sword or your macro pen, into your hip and it will stay next to you. And you can have all disabled, or you can have one side, so you can only holster one object, or two enabled, so you can have two objects that you can holster at your side and carry around with you, so you have your hands free when walking around. This can be helpful for escape room games, for example. Like if you have to move a lot of objects around and put it in the right spot, you can put them next to you and take them with you for a while. You can activate Can Fly. This means if you have this enabled and you double tap, you will fly. Like I can now because I'm holding the macro pen. Then you can give the person some pickup restrictions. So you can only pick up certain objects, or for example, you can only pick up objects that have a certain tag with this roll. But this you can also do in another way, like tell the object that it's roll restricted. And also you can restrict some of what you can put on your hip here, like for example, so this activated, and this wouldn't make sense, so you cannot put anything. You have the spots, but you cannot put anything. But of course you could put allow tag, that you only can holster objects with a certain tag, or you can block a tag, so you say, okay, I don't want this one object that maybe is some key object that more people want to carry around to be holstered to one player. You could do this here. What else do we have? So you have some shoulder equipment restrictions. Shoulder, like behind your back. You can hide the player's name, so no one can see who you are. You can add other tags on apply. And you have a voice roll of distance. This is super interesting and important. This means how far can people hear you. This would be something you can use, for example, give people a role to be megaphone. You just put it here. And so people basically 500 meters, which would be probably the whole room, can hear you. Or you can also use this to mute people. You just put the roll of distance to 0 and no one can hear you. So that's very helpful. Hide this player's avatar. Yeah, you can make people invisible with this. And you can remove any other tags that the person has. So you have some locomotion settings. You can allow people to slide down slopes. You can allow or disallow people to wall run. You can allow people or disallow people to ram other people, like to push them around. You can change the sprint speed so they are faster. Or slower. No, you cannot make them slower, but you can make them faster, so that's cool. Can get pushed. Yeah, it's basically the same. The ram. This means you can ram into other people, and this means you can be rammed by other people. This can be a safety feature, but I think it's by default both of these will be turned off anyways. But if you turn them on, you can allow people to push each other around and have some fun with that, if you want that, of course. So that's all the local settings you can do with this. How do you apply a role? So there's different ways. You could, of course, as always, use a trigger volume, but I want to do it with a button now. So I want to do the button now. So, and there's an easy way to do it. You just go to add role, and if I type in add role, it already comes up. It's called player add role, not just add role. It's called player add role. And I will just have to connect the pressed. So to the player, now it's invalid because no player is pressing it right now. If I press it, it will turn to Simeon. And if I go off again, it will, okay, it will stay Simeon for now, okay. Because I'm the last one that pressed it. Then I have to type in the superpower. Superpower. Done. And let's say I will set the superpower now to, let's see, don't want to fly, but I want to show you, maybe I will just have the hip enabled so I can show you this. I could also enable to can fly maybe, but I can do this with holding my macro pen for now. I would just enable one hip slot for now if I do this. So, and now I should be able to holster my macro pen. No, I cannot. This is because, of course, I didn't push this yet. I don't have this roll. So I have to push it once, and then I should get the roll superpower. Now I should be able to holster my. And as you see, I can put my macro pen on my hip slot because I have the superpower now. How do I remove a superpower from a person? Basically, should be the same way. There should be a player add role. To put add role. So there should be a player remove role chip. Let's see. See if I can find this here. I would just put role so I can see all the role chips. And there's a lot of things you can do here, as you see. You can have get all players with role, get any player with role. If player has role, then do this. Player add role, player has role, and player remove role. I will use the player remove role for now. And have a second button over here. Come on. I can't even get a button easily. Ooh. What? Why isn't it not showing me the button? Ah, whatever. Okay, let's copy this button because it doesn't show up yet here somehow. Yeah, and we will do the player remove row here. Connect players pressed and put the superpower in. So this means I will lose my superpower if I press this, and I can't holster my things anymore. So what can you use this for besides these a lot of things that you can do that I already explained what you can do? You can also do exactly two things that I sometimes use. Actually, I use mostly one thing, and this is you can use it with invisible collisions, and you don't even need to do much of programming there. So let's say I want this area over here. I would just put an invisible collision that only people that have the role, the superpower to enter this area can enter. Super easy. You can just go to your invisible collision, go to role filter enable it, and then in this case I would change from enable for to disable for and just choose the option superpower. So this means it will block me if I don't have the role, and I will be able to enter if I have the role. What else can I use this for? Let's just already put the second part of it, and then we will test if it works. I could also have an object, physical and grabbable, but it will only be grabbable by people with a special role. That would be enable 4, and I choose superpower, and now only people that have superpower can pick it up. So as you see, I can't pick it up right now, and I can't walk in this area right now because I don't have the role. So now I have the role. Now I should be able to walk in this area. As you see, I can walk over here, and I should be able to pick up this thing. You can of course do more complex things with this. You could, for example, have some trigger area that checks what role you have, and according to the role you have, does different things. Yeah. But this is the main thing, how you would use roles, like to give your character special abilities, like to holster things. I can holster this here now as well. So, because I have to roll for it. To pick up special things that can only be picked up by one role, to enter areas that only one person can enter, and to give special abilities, which would be the main important thing. Of course, the voice distance, so you can megaphone people and you can mute people, and the flying maybe is something that is helpful for some. Now I should have lost the role. Yeah, they got that I just did that. Yeah, I've lost the role. Okay. Yeah, that's all you need to know about roles. Thank you guys for watching again. As always, like and subscribe, and visit my extra room that I built to show off the things that you can do and to give you a little bit insight, especially when the circuits come up, that you can just check out, make a selfie, post it, whatever. And yeah, see you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.